we were talking earlier about there's probably people, women in the country named Caitlyn Jenner who are all of a sudden get all kinds of notoriety simply because they have now the name that Bruce Jenner has taken. So that'll be interesting. I'm sure we'll see a whole story of. Remember that show, To Tell the Truth? I'm Caitlyn Jenner, and they all stand up and all claim to be. Anyway,
now, since your unfortunate separation from Channel 6, we'll call it, or fortunate for whichever the case may be.
Martin Luther King said, "Free at last, free at last." Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last.
You have a few side projects that you work yourself anyways.
Yeah, I do.
Like I mentioned before, you're a food blogger.
Yeah.
And you also do Let's Brunch About It.
Yeah, the Sunday Political Brunch is my political column on my website. Could I do the shameless plug? MarkCurtisMedia.com is my website. MarkCurtisMedia.com.
MarkCurtisMedia.
I'm looking for work. Hire me. MarkCurtisMedia.com. But every Sunday, you're right, I publish a political column.
All right. Now, how did you get the name Let's Brunch About It? Is it because, like the rest of us in this room, you're more apt to eat?
I suppose.
Was that the politically correct, sanitized way of saying that?
That's funny. When I was a kid, I'm one of 7 kids, and my parents were news junkies as well. We're the only family I know that had a television set on the counter in the kitchen while we ate dinner, and we'd watch Walter Cronkite or Huntley Brinkley. I'm really dating myself now. And we would sit there during dinner. My parents would talk about. They weren't very politically active people in terms of they were out, waving signs and banners and stuff, but
they were aware.
They were political junkies. And they loved talking about it, and they were Depression and World War II generation folks, so they had a lot of history to talk about. So we always grew up having dinner, talking about news and politics around the dinner table. So a few years ago, in fact, next Saturday or next Sunday will be the 4th anniversary of me writing this column every week. Is I decided, when you're in the problem with the blogging business is for most people it's just completely irregular. You write on Tuesday, and then if you don't feel like it, you don't write till Thursday, and then maybe you take 10 days off, and then one day you wake up and go, oh, I should post something. I decided that in the media business, people or viewers, consumers are creatures of habit. They expect the newspaper on the doorstep at 6 o'clock every morning. They expect the newscast to come out at 5 o'clock at night, and this and that. Of course, in the internet age, that has all changed. But I'm getting a phone call here. Somebody must be listening to me and wanting to talk to me. We'll talk to them later. But anyway, I decided to do a regular column that I could publicize on Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and everywhere. Every single Sunday, I would take some event that happened the previous week. I do a lot of poll analysis. I just like to do a snapshot and make it politics that's kind of fun and interesting for the average person. I'm not trying to get a PhD in political science by writing this every week. I try to, last week I did a column on political jokes. This week I did one on Link Chafee, the longest of the long shots for president, I called it. But I just try to find interesting nuggets. For Memorial Day weekend, I did a story about famous people in the United States that served in the armed forces. Some of them
I actually
died.
did read that. It was quite interesting.
Yeah, and that's the idea, is to, because a lot of people, not everybody's going to tune in and watch C-SPAN for 8 hours a day. That can be hypnotic. I want politics to be fun for people, but informative at the same time.
Well, I think that's part of the problem is a lot of the GOP, the old regime that's in politics right now, do not want politics to be that interesting for the younger generation, so they stay the hell out of it.
Well, and there's something to be said for that. Look, the truth of the matter is young people don't vote historically. It's interesting. I always found that interesting because the whole premise, and I forget which amendment it was now, 25 or 26, that moved the voting age from 21 back to 18. And that happened at the height of the Vietnam War, and with the premise that if people were old enough to fight for their country, they should be old enough to vote who the decision makers will be. And after that, it fell with a giant thud. Young people have never historically voted in great numbers. Now, that changed all when in 2008 when Barack Obama ran, because they very wisely in that campaign engaged people on social media and were the first political people to really do that to any effective extent. And so consequently, a lot of young people did come out in 2008 and voted for Obama. A lot of them stayed home in 2012. But, it's to me, and so some of the politicians, I think, count on that. They think that people are going to be disengaged, and they try and focus only on the people who vote and are seemingly engaged. I find that kind of cynical. I think you've got to run as a candidate for everybody and not just certain subgroups.
We're going to take a break here. Let's regroup our thoughts. But we're going to leave here with Hammer and Snake, Pump Jack. You're listening to My Night Out Radio on Rhode Island Free Radio. We'll be back in a minute.
this fake was all shit. But what is really for real? And what I go through to believe it. Anyway, I could just to know you, to feel you, feel you, feel you. Any chance to crawl inside you. This lust for love breaks through. Every day I could just to know you, to feel you, feel you, feel you. This lust for love rings through. Before I die, I swear I will find you.
This is DJ Psycho Eddie. We are chatting with Mark Curtis. By the way, if you want to get in touch with us, if you want to get on the show, if you want to send me some of your music to play on the radio, hit us up on MyNightOut at Verizon.net. Also, don't forget, if you want to check out some local events, some local up-and-coming events, check out MyNightOutRI.com. Also, we're on Facebook, MyNightOut Radio. Definitely check us out. Get in touch with us. We'd love to have you with us. We'd love to put you on the air and get you out there. Like I said, we have Mark Curtis with us. Now, we're going to change gears on you again, Mark.
Uh-oh. What are we going to talk about now?
Well, we were discussing a little bit about home life. Now, being at the anchor of Channel 6 for 5 years and having done all this media, multimedia stuff, you're not the famous one at home anymore.
No, I'm not. I'm a has-been.
Well, you're not dried out yet, but you're taking a few lumps. I can understand that.
He emphasizes the yet. I like that. Yet.
Well, you said you have 20 more years,
Yeah,
did you not?
Yeah. Well,
So you're just having a little bump in the road.
Yeah.
But your daughter, Allie, has definitely...
Yes, we're very proud of her. Last Saturday night, my daughter, Alexandra, she goes by Allie, a very accomplished young lady and scholar, was crowned Miss Rhode Island 2015. So she'll be going to the Miss America pageant in Atlantic City, which is the finals are on Sunday, September 13th. So we're very excited, and this is just a huge thing for our family and my daughter in particular.
Now, before that, she was Miss West Warwick.
Yes.
I also... Let's not say stalking. Let's just say I had a very intense, brief moment of time while I was going through your Facebook. This is how I do most of my research, by the way. Did she also have a Miss East Greenwich?
We lived in East Greenwich, so in 1 year she entered the Rhode Island pageant as Miss East Greenwich because we lived there, and then we moved to West Warwick. So you tend to run with whatever town or city you're in or county. She wanted to run as Miss Kent County or thought about that, but that title was already taken. So that's why you get Miss Providence College, Miss Rhode Island College, Miss Providence. It's kind of where they are in the state or in the schools in the state.
All right, so now